Welcome to Engaged. This is where we focus on community engagement. We're focused on service, learning, and research. Today I'm Quan Taylor, and I'll be your host for today. And we have Kelsey Baker, our lived guest, a student of many facets. Welcome, Ms. Baker. Let's start off by learning a little bit more about you. So just tell us your journey here at Mississippi State.
Okay, well, I'm currently a senior. I came here fall of 2016. That's correct. I'm from South Panola High School, which is in Batesville, Mississippi. Mississippi State was my top choice and only choice because I remember doing a campus visit and it was just very welcoming. And so I was like, okay, from my other choices just went out the door. When I first got into college, I automatically knew I wanted to get involved. I was pretty involved back in Batesville, especially with my high school, so I made that one of my goals to become involved in Starkville as well. First thing I was involved with was Ideal Woman. That's an organization housed under Holmes Cultural Diversity Center at Mississippi State. And next I joined CORE, and that was a council under the Residents Association for our residence hall. I'll say Ideal kind of put me out there for university involvement because it was an organization with like-minded females such as me that kind of had the same goal, and it kind of helped me boost my professionalism. So let's kind of fast forward to now because I've been involved in several organizations. But fast forwarding to now, I'm currently the Vice President for National Panhellenic Council, President of my chapter, the sorority Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, the Nu Beta chapter here at Mississippi State. I sit on the Honor Code Council. I sit on the Student Conduct Board. I don't want to miss anything. I was a New Maroon Camp counselor. That's all I can remember at the moment. Like I said, I'm pretty involved. And most importantly, my job. I currently work for the Diversity and Inclusion Office here on campus under Miss Rashida Forbes. So that's a little bit about me. Trying to see, is there anything else that you'd like to know specifically as far as my journey here?
Oh, no, man, we're going to jump right into it.
Okay.
So what does community engagement mean to you?
Community engagement. So when I think of community engagement, I think of a group of people that have the same interest and are willing to get involved with issues that are affecting the current community and the well-being of people. So community engagement, that's, I guess, basically it. Just being able to get involved with the community that I'm within at the moment, and whether the issue is with the people or something affecting the school, just being involved.
Okay, and how has being a member of Ideal Woman and being a part of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated helped you with community engaged opportunities?
Okay, so I'll start off with Ideal because I did more with them my freshman and sophomore year. So when I first joined Ideal, one of the I guess there's different committees we had, and one of the committees was community service. So we had to do community service in the organization. And it started off with that. We would do can drives for Oktibbeha County. We would work the Starkville, I think it's Starkville High School. We would help during football season, basketball season. We even participate in the state dance marathon for the children at LeBronner Hospital. So it started off with Ideal, and it was basically we could sign up for different little activities that were going on Oktibbeha, and you could participate. For example, I know they did Boys and Girls Club. I think it's the tutoring. It's a tutoring center here in Starkville. And before I became Greek, I was also in the Lambda Sigma Honor Society, which was majority about community service. So my favorite community service project there was the blessing baskets. So in Lambda Sig, we are split up in different groups, and we do a community service project every month. Each group has a month, and so my group had November, because Thanksgiving's in November. Yeah, that's right. So we had November, and for the community service project, what can we do, And I was thinking, well, usually every Tuesday and Thursday, we went to this church on Main Street and did the casserole kitchen. So you would serve hot meals to the local families within the community that couldn't provide for themselves. And so first thing that came to mind was okay, what happens to casserole kitchen the week of Thanksgiving? Because we won't be here. We're out of school. We go home to our families. And my advisor was like, that's a great question. And so what we decided to do, since we couldn't be here to serve them their hot meal that week, we got together blessing baskets. So we put food, we put toiletries, everything that could have held them up for that month. And it's probably even enough to hold for Christmas, but that was one of the biggest projects that kind of touched my heart, because it was like, even though we won't be here to give you this hot meal, here's something, that can help during the break that we'll be gone. So that was one of the biggest projects that I enjoyed doing. And then joining my sorority, one of our initiatives is community service. And so in community service with them, we've went from doing cleaning buildings to building houses with Habitat, Habitat Community, from doing can drives. It's just so much. And to me, community engagement is not only just doing stuff physically, but also just helping as well, as much as you can. I have been in several situations where I was able to mentor other students within the Mississippi State community, and just kind of, I wouldn't say leading them, but directing them into their correct path that they wanted to go. So to me, community engagement is not only being physically involved, but also helping others as well.
We'll be right back to this, Ms. Baker. We're about to go to a commercial break.
Everyone remembers their favorite teddy bear, the reassuring love of their first puppy. They comforted us and made us laugh. For children battling abusive situations or post-traumatic stress disorder, the memories aren't as pleasant. That's why at Mississippi State University, we're pioneering a robotic technology that brings healing to those exposed to traumatic situations. Known as Therabot, MSU's robotic beagle includes lifelike features that allow it to move in ways that are both natural and nurturing. Its ultimate goal? To bridge the gap between two types of effective therapy, using real animals and their plush counterparts for emotional assistance. At MSU, we're proud to be changing the game in therapeutic recovery, even prouder to be putting lives back together again. A baby's arrival can be one of the most exciting times in a family's life. It can also be one of the most anxious, especially if the child's development is hindered by medical challenges that create more questions than answers. At Mississippi State University, we're groundbreakers in the study of CHARGE syndrome, a genetic condition that leads to a host of life-threatening birth defects. Our research teams are uncovering breakthroughs in treatment and prevention with a goal of greater understanding that leads to better care. We're also providing crucial support resources for parents and helping physicians around the globe gain awareness so symptoms can be detected and addressed earlier. By engaging in this innovative analysis and therapy, we're not only improving outcomes, we're unlocking brighter futures.
Welcome back, viewers. Let's jump right back into it, Ms. Kelsey Baker. So, Ms. Baker, you gave us many experiences of your community engagement and projects with service. So how have these projects impacted you personally as a student in your experience here at Mississippi State?
Okay, so how's it impacted me? I'll start off with making me more humble.
Yes, ma'am.
Because although, you hear about it, you see about it, but when you actually get involved to help someone that's going through the things that you heard about, it makes you more humble. Wow, everyone isn't brought up the same or raised the same, or community is not the same. So definitely a humbling experience. Also, just making me more acceptive and reaccepting, because you can be surrounded by like-minded people and people like you all the time, but I think it's important to be introduced to a diverse community, because then you'll be able to that'll help you in your professionalism world, just being able to know how to handle certain situations. So being exposed to a diverse community, I think that kind of helped me as well with how to respond and react to certain things. So, but definitely humbling.
So you speak on the terms diversity. So you work at the Office of Inclusion and Diversity. So how has the experience as well impacted you as a person as well as the community?
So working in that office, I will be honest, first coming in, I'm thinking, okay, diversity, different people of color or race and ethnicity, but it's much more than that. It's about your financial status, religion, and where you're from, and it's just way more than what I thought it was. And being able to work there, they have made it to where I'm more than just a student worker. They keep me very hands-on with a lot of things, whether it's from helping with events, programming, the big annual MLK breakfast and day of service. Our office hosts that as well. So just being able to work for an office that has the same, like, I guess, morals and values as me, that has been like so great, because it's like working there is like being part of a bigger family, because I know that we are doing something bigger, not only for the university, but for the community as well. So.
And I know soon, upcoming May, you're about to graduate, as well as, you know, you'll start working in your office that you're in right now. So how do you plan on furthering those like community engaged things in your professional career and in your just like academic career?
Okay, so I plan to, after graduating, to attend grad school. And wherever that graduate school is, I told myself that I want to continue to be involved. Whether it's a new community or a different community farther than home or here, my goal and plan is to stay involved, because how can you be a service to someone if you don't even know the issues that's going on in the area? So just staying up to date and just being able to be a helping hand no matter where I am. So I hope I can continue to do that in my professionalism career. And I got that from my boss, because just watching her, she's inspired me to know, like, you can work, but you can also still be a part of the community. Miss Rashida Forbes, I know many probably know her from being the director of HGDC
Yes.
and the Diversity and Inclusion office here. Seeing her just being involved in being a director of 2 departments, that's a lot of work. But not only she's doing that, she still sits on the board for the United Way. So it's like, wow, she's able to do the things she want to do, have a family, and still serve her community.
Yes, and just one last thing. So what would you tell students to make them become more involved in community engaged projects?
This is with anything you do. Whenever you join something or become a part of something, do it to the fullest, because it's like impacting others. Little do you know, it leaves an impact on you. And if you put your all in, you'll get a bigger impact back. And so I encourage people to just be mindful and take care of your community, no matter where you are, whether that's home or in a new area. So being involved will, I promise, help you in the long run.
Well, thank you, Ms. Baker. You did great today. Thank you for allowing us to have your time.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. This is our lovely guest, Ms. Kelsey Baker. And thank you for watching Engaged.